What's up, guys? It's Boy Smash Keeper here, and as you can tell by the title, we're talking about the trades that happened in the NHL. In the background, you guys can see some HUT gameplay, but we're not going to talk about that too much because I want to dive right into these trades. So, the first big trade was the Patrick Sharp trade and for Trevor Daley and Ryan Garbett. Now, Patrick Sharp had scored 43 points in 68 games played with the Hawks this season, as well as Trevor Daley and Ryan Garbett. Trevor Daley had scored 38 points, 68 games played, and Ryan Garbett had scored 25 points, 67 games played. And I feel that both teams here, it was a very equal trade. You know, they got a good forward. The Stars had picked a very good forward, Patrick Sharp, and I'm pretty sure they're looking to go deep in the playoffs, as well as, you know, re-emerge that playoff berth since they missed the playoffs this year. As well as here in Chicago, I feel it was a good deal. It was a good thing of picking up these two defensemen because they are big bodies and they definitely will help our top four defensemen because they're always out there killing penalties on the power play, you know, and just stopping the offensive rushes from the other team. So I feel this would give these guys a break, as well as have more depth down the middle with these defensemen. So I feel that both teams here, had a very good. Had a very good end of the stick here, you could say, for both teams. Next big trade here was the big Capitals and Blues trade. The Capitals picked up TJ Oshie, and they gave to the Blues Troy Brouwer, Phoenix Copley, and a 2016 third-round draft pick. Now I feel that this here was, a bad trade on the Caps' behalf because they gave away, all these trading assets for TJ Oshie, who, yes, he is a good player. I will not say he's not, but I mean, this Phoenix Copley guy, I feel if he turns into a very good prospect, the Blues now have, a very good prospect on their hands here to work with and make a superstar, which you guys, kind of messed up with. But we'll see how that, turns out in the next 5 to 4 years, TJ Oshie had scored 55 points in 72 years, and he wanted a big contract. Blues said, hell no, we're not giving that to you, and they traded him away. The Blues, on the other hand, picked up Troy Brouwer, who had scored 43 points in 82 games played, as well as Phoenix Copley, like I said, was a prospect. So I feel that Troy Brouwer here, it was a very good pickup for them. Maybe he could be on the same line as Tarasenko or Backus. You could have a strong second or first, second line, which is always good for the Blues since they want to go deep in the playoffs. As well as Troy Brouwer has had some third-round experience, which a lot of players in the Blues have not even seen yet. So I think it's a very good pickup for the Blues. Next, this big Phil Kessel trade, I want to go over it just longer than any other trade because I want to talk about, what was in it and, how this was a mistake for the Leafs. But if you guys don't know, Phil Kessel was traded to the Penguins. The Leafs had given the Penguins Phil Kessel, Tim Erickson, Tyler Briggs, and an unconditional draft pick for Nick Spaulding, Kasperi Kapanen, Scott Harrington, and a 2016 third-round unconditional draft pick. Now, Kessel, who had 61 points in 82 games played, was traded away because they said that he didn't fit there in Toronto, and that he wanted too much money. They weren't going to give it to him, and that he was a bad player, yada yada yada. Which personally, he's not a bad player. I mean, 61 points in 82 games played. To me, that's a pretty good player if I say so myself. As well as Tim Erickson scored 7 points in 42 games, and they probably needed to club some cap space there, open it up a little bit, as well as he wasn't doing too much for them over in Toronto. So they probably just they said, screw it, we're gonna trade him away. He's not doing too much, just give him away. Tyler Briggs, he's a prospect, as well as an unconditional draft pick. That's if they make the playoffs, which they're probably not. So that draft pick is just out the window for the Penguins. Now the Leafs, they had picked up Nick Spaulding, who had 27 points in 82 games played, as well as Kasperi Kapanen and Scott Harrington, who scored 10 points in 10 games. Kasperi Kapanen, I think he was drafted last year in the 2014 draft. He was a 22nd overall draft pick. So he's obviously in the first round. But people are saying that he might not be worth it. He's probably not going to be a stud like they'd want. And I feel that the Leafs should pick up somebody who's already established, like a Ryan O'Reilly or like a Dougie Hamilton, somebody who's already proven himself in the NHL, who is a good player who will get you to that playoff position or will help you get there. So I feel like the Leafs, definitely made a big mistake giving up Phil Kessel, as well as Erickson and Tyler Briggs here. I don't think that was a very smart move by the Leafs. As well as that 2016 third-round unconditional draft pick, I feel they might get because it's the Penguins, and the Penguins, rarely miss the playoffs. So I feel that they just might get that draft pick for next year. On to the next trade I want to talk about is the big Brandon Prust and Zach Kassian trade between the Canucks and the Canadiens. So the Canucks have given away Zach Kassian, who had scored 16 points in 42 games, for Brandon Prust, who had scored 18 points in 82 games, as well as the 2016 fifth-round draft pick that the Canadians had gotten from the Canucks. And I feel that the Canucks, I don't know what they're trying to do there. I mean, they feel like they need to get rid of all these old players, and they need to start getting rid of the Sardine brothers, get rid of Prust. They already got rid of Bieksa. Now they need to start rebuilding if they want that cup. That's what they really do. They need to start rebuilding, and, you know, hopefully they'll go on that, you know, cup run that they're looking for. Brandon Prust has scored 18 points in 82 games, as well as that Cassian has scored 16 points in 42 games, which is actually pretty decent for his age, and he is still fairly young. His prime's about to hit, but not just quite yet. As well as Brandon Prust is getting old. I mean, you know, the guy's looking at retirement dead in the face, and, you know, the Canucks don't want to keep, you know, this old player around taking up all this cap space that they need to open. So they figure just give him away. You know, someone wants him, the Canucks will take him. Next trade is the big Kevin Bieksa trade, and it wasn't a big trade, but I feel that Bieksa got did dirty because Kevin Bieksa, who had scored 14 points in 60 games, was traded to the Ducks for the Ducks 2016 second-round draft pick that the Canucks had got from the Ducks for Bieksa. I think they gave him away just for the fact that the cap space, you know, he wanted a bigger contract, and they just wouldn't give it to him. So, you know, whoever wanted him, we'll take him. And, you know, the Ducks said, we'll pick him up. So they picked him up, and, you know, that was that. The big trade that hurt a lot of Blackhawks hearts, another one, was the big Brandon Saad trade. If you guys don't know Brandon Saad, he was a free agent, restricted free agent. So he was, I mean, he's not a restricted free agent. He was a free agent, so he, I know. Stan Bowman said in an interview he didn't want to know what he wanted from his contract because he knew he would want a lot, and, you know, the kid deserves a lot. But onto the trade. Brandon Saad, who had scored 52 points in 82 games played. Mind you, this kid's 22. Scored 52 points in 82 games, was traded to the Blue Jackets with Michael Poliota and Alexander Broadhurst, who both are prospects that we have in our minors. As well as the Hawks retained Artem Anisimov, who scored 27 points in 52 games, as well as Jeremy Moore, and sadly we got him back for 6 points in 43 games. Now he played 43 games on 4 different teams, and then he scored 6 points. Just keep that in mind. Marco Dano, who was a 2014 first-round draft pick, he scored 21 points in 35 games played, so I'm glad we picked him up because this kid could be, you know, he'd be a potential all-star for this team. As well as we got a 2016 fourth-round draft pick, which I think is it's not unconditional, so we get that draft pick next year. But yeah, I mean, I think the Blue Jackets, they didn't get in the trade. I feel that we did because Anisimov is a decent player, Marco Dan is a very good player, but I feel that the Hawks as well lost a very good, you know, young player in Brandon Saad that I felt we should have kept because Brandon Saad is only 22 and he's scoring points like this. Like, imagine how this kid's looking in his prime, you know. We really should have kept him. I feel that giving him away was, you know, not a very smart choice by Stan Bowman and the management. Well, two more trades I want to quickly go over before this video ends is the big Milan Lucic trade for Martin Jones and Colin Miller to the Bruins. The Kings got Milan Lucic. He had 44 points in 81 games played, as well as the Flames got Dougie Hamilton from the Bruins, who scored 42 points in 72 games played. For the Bruins, are on a rebuild as well. The Bruins are giving away all their big top guns. You know, I'm surprised if Chara or Tuukka Rask is gonna be next. You know, it's gonna be crazy. But I think the Bruins are going to rebuild as well. But guys, that's all I wanted to cover today for the trades. If any more trades come, I'll make a video on it, talking to you guys about it. Make sure to look out for an NHL 16 features video I'm working on right now. But yeah, guys, it's been a more special keyboard here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. And we'll talk to you guys later, boys. Peace.